Nyarlathotep. Some gods destroy by accident. Nyarlathotep destroys because it pleases him. Unlike the mindless Azathoth, he walks among mortals in countless guises, whispering lies, nudging civilizations toward ruin, laughing while madness spreads like wildfire. He isn't bound to the stars. He strolls our streets, speaking in voices too familiar, convincing us to betray, to doubt, to surrender. He doesn't swing a weapon. His cruelty is psychological. Entire nations collapse because of one word placed in the right ear. Prophets mistake him for salvation, only to realize they've been building altars to despair itself. What sets him apart from other outer gods is his personal touch. He wants to watch you break. He revels in the screams, the shattered minds, the wars fought over illusions he planted. You can't kill him. You can't banish him. You can't even tell when he's standing right beside you. That's his greatest weapon, intimacy. The crawling chaos doesn't rule the cosmos. He rules the fears inside your skull.
I will not tell you of the void.
Darkseid. Hope, choice, love. To Darkseid, those words are cancer. The Lord of Apocalypse doesn't seek riches, glory, or even destruction. He wants something colder, the anti-life equation, a formula that annihilates free will. Imagine living, breathing, fighting, but never deciding. Your every thought scripted by him. That's his dream. Heroes have tried to oppose him. Armies have risen. Even gods have struck him down. But Darkseid isn't just a tyrant. He's inevitability. He doesn't rant or rave. He simply decrees and universes kneel. His omega beams carve through space and time, unerring, erasing anything that dares resist. But those are toys compared to his true hunger. What terrifies everyone, Superman, Wonder Woman, even entire pantheons, is the idea that if he wins, existence won't end. It will continue under him. No rebellion, no freedom. Just a universe of puppets, strings pulled by a single will. Darkseid isn't evil because he wants to destroy us. He's evil because he wants to own us. Apep. Every night the sun, god Ra, sails his barkie across the underworld. And every night something waits. Coils vast enough to choke the horizon, fangs sharp enough to pierce the sky. Apep, the great serpent, the eternal enemy of light. He is chaos without mercy, darkness without end. Where Ra brings order, Apep brings only unmaking. Priests of Egypt feared him more than any foreign invader. They recited spells, burned effigies, slashed snakes apart. Desperate rituals to keep him from devouring the sun itself. Because if Apep won, there would be no dawn, no warmth, no life, just a sky swallowed whole, stars drowned in his endless body. What makes Apep terrifying isn't just his size or hunger, it's inevitability. He can never be killed, only beaten back, night after night, forever. Even gods grow weary, but the serpent does not. And the day Ra falters, even for a heartbeat, Apep will rise, jaws wide, and the world will vanish down his throat. Apep isn't a conqueror. He doesn't want worship. He doesn't want gold. He wants the sun itself. And through it, everything we know. Gorr the God Butcher. Some gods are born evil. Gorr was made. A man whose prayers went unanswered as his family died. He turned his rage against the divine itself. With the Necrosword he began the slaughter, not of mortals, but of gods. He isn't cruel in the flamboyant way of demons. His cruelty is targeted, deliberate. Every strike against a deity is revenge sharpened to a blade. He hunts gods across galaxies, butchering them and leaving their corpses as warnings. His crusade isn't about power, and it's about proving they never deserved worship at all. What makes Gorr terrifying is the conviction. He doesn't revel in chaos for its own sake. He believes in a universe without gods, a cosmos where mortals stand alone. To him, divinity itself is evil, and the horror is he might be right. Marvel's pantheon trembles not because he's the strongest, but because he's relentless. You can fight a tyrant. How do you fight a believer? Gorr's blade doesn't just kill gods, it kills the very idea of them. Tiamat. 5 heads, 5 hungers. Tiamat isn't just the goddess of chromatic dragons. She is greed incarnate. Red, blue, green, black, white, each head thirsts for domination in its own way, snapping at the world with insatiable appetite. Temples don't honor her with prayer. They feed her with blood and treasure. Unlike gods who create, Tiamat corrupts. She whispers into the dreams of dragonkind, demanding they hoard, enslave, burn. Entire kingdoms crumble under her children's wings, and still it's never enough. She doesn't just want victory, she wants humiliation. Her worshippers don't rise in glory. They crawl, offering gold and flesh to avoid being devoured. What makes her terrifying is the simplicity of her evil. Tiamat doesn't mask cruelty behind philosophy. She is selfishness with scales. To her, mortals are ants, and dragons are pawns. Every creature a tool for her endless hunger. You don't ally with Tiamat, you survive her, for as long as she allows it. Takhisis. The Dark Queen wears many faces, dragon, temptress, tyrant, but every mask conceals the same hunger, absolute control. Unlike Tiamat, who devours openly Takhisis schemes, she wraps chains in velvet, promising safety while plotting conquest. She invaded Khorne not with armies alone, but with corruption. Heroes turned traitor, kings sold their people, clerics abandoned the light, all because Takhisis knew the right words to whisper. Her dragons are terrifying, yes, but her true weapon is deceit. She convinces mortals to choose damnation willingly, believing it's salvation. What makes her evil isn't just her lust for power, it's the patience. Takhisis can wait centuries for the perfect moment to strike, smiling as generations weaken themselves under her influence. By the time you realize she's already won, you've been serving her for years without knowing it. Her worshippers don't love her, they fear her, and that's exactly how she likes it. Morgoth. Before Sauron, there was Morgoth, Melkor, the mightiest of the Aenir, who looked at creation and decided it should belong only to him. When the other Valors sang the world into harmony, he screamed dissonance into the song. That rebellion became his signature, twisting beauty into poison, turning light into shadow, corrupting everything that breathed. Unlike Sauron, who manipulates with subtlety, Morgoth doesn't hide. He pours his will into armies, into fortresses, into every poisoned root and storm. Dragons, balrogs, trolls, all were spawned from his hatred. He didn't just fight the elves and men of Middle-earth, he scarred the land itself, leaving behind wastelands where life could never grow. What makes him terrifying isn't just his power, it's the way he infected the fabric of Arda. Even after his defeat, his malice remains, embedded in the world, ensuring that evil never truly dies. Every tragedy in Tolkien's world can be traced back to him. Morgoth doesn't just represent domination, he represents the fact that corruption, once born, never goes away. The Chaos Gods, Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, Slaanesh. They're not gods of virtue twisted into evil. They are evil, distilled from humanity's worst impulses. Each was birthed by mortals, yet they've grown into monsters that rule the Immaterium. Khorne lives for slaughter, demanding rivers of blood in his name. Tzeentch whispers promises of knowledge, but every lesson twists into deceit and betrayal. Nurgle offers comfort from suffering, but his gift is endless disease, rot, and despair. And Slaanesh, pure excess. Every hunger, every lust, magnified until it consumes the soul. They don't just influence mortals, they feed on them, gaining power from every war, every lie, every indulgence. Billions of lives snuffed out across the galaxy only fatten their thrones. Worship isn't devotion, it's infection. Once you give in, even for a moment, you belong to them. What makes them terrifying is their inevitability. As long as humans bleed, crave, hope, or despair, the Chaos Gods thrive. They don't need to conquer the galaxy. We're conquering it for them. Shub-Niggurath. She is the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young, a name whispered in cults that gather under new moons, offering blood to feed the endless womb. Unlike Nyarlathotep's clever malice, Shub-Niggurath is raw, grotesque fertility, creation turned monstrous. Her offspring are endless, spilling into the world in twisted forms, misshapen beasts, shrieking horrors, hungry mouths that never close. She doesn't nurture, she infests. Every birth is a curse, every new life another monster devouring the world. What makes her evil isn't hatred, it's appetite. She doesn't care who dies or what breaks, only that the spawning never stops. The cultists who serve her don't pray for protection. They pray not to be chosen as the next sacrifice. Shub-Niggurath is motherhood inverted, a parody of creation where growth is corruption and abundance is decay. She doesn't need armies or speeches, she just breeds. And in her endless birthing, she drowns civilizations beneath tides of nightmare children. Tharizdun. Chains rattle in the dark. That's all that remains of Tharizdun, the chained god. Imprisoned by every pantheon united, his crime was too great to ignore. He sought to annihilate existence itself, not conquer, not corrupt, erase. He birthed the abyss, pouring his madness into the cosmos until demons spilled out like poison from a wound. Even chained, his influence lingers. Cultists carve spirals into stone, whispering prayers that are really infections. Sanity unravels. Reality bends. Wherever his shadow touches, destruction follows. What's most horrifying is that he shouldn't be active at all. Bound outside time, sealed by gods themselves, Tharizdun still speaks. He still dreams, and mortals still listen. His worshippers don't expect salvation. They expect the end, and they want it. That's Tharizdun's gift, convincing the desperate that oblivion is mercy. If he breaks free, there will be no battles, no gods, no stories. Just a void that swallows everything, and the silence afterward will be his hymn. Comment below which of these gods you think is truly the most evil. These weren't just villains, they were nightmares given worship. From ancient chaos to cosmic corruption, these are the most evil gods in fiction. The scariest gods in stories who twist worlds with a thought. We've seen evil gods in fantasy and dark gods explained from myth to multiverse. This mythical evil gods list shows power beyond reason. Fictional evil deities that embody fear itself. They are the terrifying fictional gods who shape destiny with ruin. Evil gods explained, but never defeated.